Hey guys, it's Ennis Renee here, and today I'm doing a tutorial on Roblox Studio basic scripting and building. So this is going to be different than most tutorials you'd see because it's easier to understand, and it'll definitely teach you the basics so you can easily do more stuff on your own instead of doing an individual tutorial for a specific thing. I'm going to do one tutorial for just everything that's basic, so then you can easily understand it. And once you understand the basics of code of Lua, then you can easily learn more and more about it, and learn the logic about it, and then you can become a really good developer. And this is I know this because this is how I learned to code really good. I was trying to do a whole bunch of tutorials and understand it, and then when I finally realized how everything worked and all the basics, then I was easily able to learn more about it, and I was easily able to make better things with Roblox Studio. So this tutorial will help you with that. So here are the basic things that they would teach you in a basic tutorial. So moving around your camera, you go WASD, simple, hold right click on this box right here. This box is your screen. It's going to have the name. So, and by the way, if you want a base plate like this, you can either create a place on the Roblox Studio and then make it a base plate place, or you can go into Roblox Studio, download it, then go onto it, and then click base plate. And I recommend base plate because it's better to just have a single thing instead of having if you want to make a certain obby, don't use the obby model because it's you need to do it on your own, right? So you start with the base plate. You move W goes forward, A backwards. W forward, S backwards, A left, and D right. Hold right click on the screen and then just move your mouse around and it'll rotate your camera. And that's pretty much how you move around. To select something, pretty obvious, you click it. Right click to do that. And that's the basic stuff. So next is if you want to you make this bigger, and if you want to see more, or sometimes let's say this is happening to you, then you're trying to open stuff and it's not working very well. It's probably because it's just too small. So this part is the main area. The first tab should always be the game. You can move it around if you want, but it's usually the actual game where you're modifying it. Sometimes, let's say you have a script. Let's say you insert a script, then the script will go here, and then you can edit the script in the middle, or you can play it this is the middle part is where you do the main stuff. So I'm gonna delete this because I don't need it. So now the top. So select is just a tool you use to select blocks. Now you can't select the base plate. See, I can click it all I want, but once something's selected, it'll be surrounded in blue. It'll have blue flashing. Let's say I select this. See, it's flashing, or it just has blue around it. But you can't select this because it's locked. And when an item is locked, you can't select it in this area unless you unlock it. You can select it here. You can select it in the Explorer, then it's selected like this. See, but you can't select it while you're in the game area over here. So what you have to do, if you want to select it in this area without having to go to Explorer and find it, you go to Model, then you click Lock, and then you just click the thing, and then it should unlock it, and then you can select it. That's how you unlock a locked item, or a locked part. So I'm gonna lock it back. So then, now, go back to the home area. So home is just a basic mix of all of these tabs, just the main. Sorry about the Discord notification. This is just the main mix of the home is just the main mix of everything. Like we have test, like we don't have the view area. We have model. You have the modeling stuff right here. Terrain. We have a few terrains over here, and then there's the game settings. But if you want to get like a more extended, then you go into each one of these tabs. So home, you got the select, which is just select the part. You can right click, you can move it, whatever. If you select the part, you can also hold it and then you can drag it around. Press backspace to if you press backspace on a selected part, it will delete it. Now then there's move. So to insert a part, you can just click part, or you can right click and do insert part. That. So move, you can move it on the blue axis, the green axis, or the red axis. So each of them goes one way. So you can move them in a specific length. Also, when you first go into Roblox Studio, this rotate here will be 45, and move will be at 1 stud. So then it'll be like this. So if you want to make the movement more precise, then you can press 0. Then you can do exactly 0. If you want to make it an exact amount of space between every block, let's say, you can do like 5, and then it'll do 5, and then 5, and then 5, and then 5, or whatever amount you want it to move, and then rotate. So right now it's at 45 degrees. I'll explain that after. So that's the move block. So we'll put it back at 1. Now there's the scale. This one, you can scale it any way. You can scale it width, length, height. Height. That. Scale as big as you want. No limits. Whatever you want, and then you can just like make a huge block, or you can make it a really tiny block. This. Whatever you want to do. So that's a scale one. It's pretty simple. Also, if you wanna, I'll tell you how to do more precise scaling, positioning, and rotating later. And then there's rotating. So by default, it will be set to 45 degrees. So you see, it'll be like 45 degrees, like this. But if you want to make more precise, you can set it to like maybe 90 degrees. If you want to do 90 each, then look, it will just do 90. I mean, it won't do much here because it's just gonna look the exact same. But if you want to do 90 degrees, then just like that. Or you can do 0 degrees, and then you can do very precise rotating. So whatever you want. I'll keep at 45 though. So that's the main 3. That's the main 4 tools that you would use while building. Transform. I've never used this. This is more of an advanced tool. I don't know. I'm not experienced with this. Like, you can see the exact measures or something, or scale. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this, but yeah. You can see. I think this is like just the exact measurements. So I never used that before while building. Okay, so then collision. So if you're building, you definitely want to know what this is. So when you're building, I'm gonna get rid of this. Just put a new part in. When you're building, you'd have collisions. So this means that if it's on, then there will be collisions while in this place. Like while you're building, there'll be collisions, so it'll prevent blocks from going through each other. So this is if you turn on collisions, that means you want to like mix 2 blocks touch each other, but they don't want to overpass like to mess, like, you know how like they're, when you look at a blocks, 2 blocks, and then they overlap each other, and then like when you move around your camera, they like it, like it's weird. That's called the z-index. And when you have 2 blocks overlap, it looks like this. Look. So turn. Let me just. Looks like this. Or if you go close, if you look closely, when you move the camera, okay, you can't really see it, but it's like when 2 blocks overlap. Here, I'll change the color of this. So now it's red. Yeah, see, look like that. That's the z-index. The place in the middle where it keeps overlapping. This is z-index. So if you don't want it to look like that, you can just turn on collisions, and then you can drag it all the way, and then it'll like you have to pull the thing all the way this way if you want it to go past. Otherwise, it'll just like stay there. So if you want like a precise like touch. But if you're doing like if you're not doing something like that, or if you don't need it, then I suggest turning it off, because it's way easier to build without collisions. And here's another good hotkeys you can use while building. It's Control D. So if you're using Control D while using collisions, then it'll copy it right on top. But if you use it without collisions, then it'll copy in the exact same position. Then you can just drag it out, and there'll be another block that's in the same position. So, and then that's why you need. And then yeah, so that's how you that's like a shortcut for copy and paste, except it's in the exact same position. And then it looks like that. And then so Control D is really good. And then collisions. If you want to make a building that if you want to make like a really detailed Roblox build in Roblox Studio, then you're gonna have to turn off collisions, because otherwise it's gonna you can't. It's really hard if you don't know how to turn off collisions, and you don't know like what it is and stuff. So that's why you need to turn off collisions if you need to. So that's collisions. Constraints, I don't use this. This is more of an advanced tool. Same with join. I have never used that. None of these. I might use it in the future, but I'm more of a scripter. I just know the basic building, and I can build some good stuff. I'm more advanced in scripting than in building. So I already explained all this, and then I have no idea what this is either. Then there's part, so you can choose a block, sphere, or wedge, or cylinder. Then you can just click it and it'll insert a part. Material, this is useful if you want to do like a certain material of a structure. So like you can do grass, then you can just color it like dark green, and then it looks like grass. You can do wood, color it like brown like that, or wood planks maybe. It looks cool. Some people use plastic a lot though. And then there's neon. Like neon is usually for lights. Like if you play in game, then it'll be like it'll light up. And yeah. So then there's surface. So sometimes so when you're in, I don't really like studs, but sometimes people have studs on the surface like that. That usually when you insert a part, it'll have studs like this. So if you want to get rid of that, you just go to surface, and you click smooth, or smooth no outline if you don't want outlines when you connect 2 blocks. Then you just click it, and then it gets rid of them, and it's way better. And then there's inlets, does that. This is like the opposite of studs. Universal is both of them. Weld, it's like if you want to connect. Hinge, I think that's if you want to make like a door that slides something. Motor, that's for cars. Hinge is also used for wheels. And then there's glue. I just like smooth. Group, so when you group 2 blocks or 2 parts, So I'll have another part here. So you can, if you want to group a part, you can either, so you, to select 2 parts at once, you select one part, then you hold shift or control, and you select another part. That selects both of them at the same time. And then if you want to group them, you just, you now gotta make sure you're selecting more than one part at once, and then you'll group, clicking this will group all the parts that you are currently selecting. So you can do this by selecting parts in the Explorer or parts in here, and it'll put it into a model. You can double click, you can right click, rename the model, whatever you want. And then when you select it, it'll select both. It'll select the whole model at once, and you can move it together like if it was one. So, and then if you want to ungroup a model or group, then you just click it, and then you go here, ungroup. Or you can do group and ungroup. To group, you just do the same thing, but you, instead of pressing group, you do Control G, and same thing with ungroup, you use Control U. Then there's union and negate. That's more advanced stuff, like for building. That's if you want to make like really precise modeling. Create. This is like just like specific, like rope would like if you, it would actually like move stuff if you like. It's you can experience with this, but it's more, this is more advanced over here too. Details, I'll never use that. Effects, explode and fire. This, when you click one of these, it spawns it in. Then you can put it into something, and then you can, I think you can run it with a script. Spawn, put in a spawn thing, and then you can like usually some people on old games, people actually put in like what this, and then they just put it there, and then that's where someone spawns. But now people actually just make it no collision, and they make it invisible. So then it's like it's not even there, and then they also get rid of the decal. And then it's like there's no spawn there, so when you walk on, so you just spawn on it, but you don't actually, you can't see or touch the spawn thing, so it's way more clean for whatever game that you put it in. Advanced objects, advanced stuff. Script, local script, model script. If you don't want to do like insert object script, which is right there, then you can just script, local script, module script, which is 3 different types of scripts. Local script is for a player. Script is just a regular script. Module script, it's more advanced. So now there is, so yeah, we did that. So there's terrain to explain. Oh yeah, and there's also like when you select something. I think I explained it over here, but you can yeah, I did, but you can just choose out any of these colors. When you click it, it does that, and then you can also just click the color there instead of having to choose it twice if you're gonna color this same color for multiple ones. Okay, so then there's terrain. This is just, it's pretty simple. You just like, you choose a type of whatever you want to generate. Okay, wait a minute. Oh. Okay, well, I've never done that, but if you want to generate maps, like a whole map of mountains, then there you go. You can just do that. I actually didn't know you could do this. I've never done this, but so if you want to generate a whole map, then there you go. Then there's add. You can like add wherever you want. Like you can add some grass. That water. You can add some water flowing down. Just brick, whatever. Subtract. You can subtract some terrain. Paint. You can change some terrain into something different. Grow. So like you can slightly like grow a road, make a hole. Smooth, you can smooth out. That smoothens out. And then the regions, yeah, I've never used that. So there's tests. So play, I'm not gonna use it. Play here, play and play here. This play is just play. It spawns you inside Roblox Studio. It spawns a simulation, and it spawns you inside where the default spawn or the spawn is. And then play here just spawns your character right in front of the camera, and then run runs a server. Run script that runs all the scripts on this game, but it doesn't play your character. You can start a local server, multiple players, and you just click start. Emulator, you can emulate different devices, so like Xbox One, iPhone 4S, iPhone 5. Or you can just turn it off. Physics, mute, and stuff. Send view. So exploring properties. Properties is when you select something and then you can change all these properties over here. Explore is exploring everything inside the game. So every single part they create will be into workspace, and everything that you create or that's inside this place is in Explorer. You can find it and you can do whatever you want with it in Explorer. Game Explorer, this explores like the game data and stuff. Toolbox, you can find it's one over here. You can usually it would be on like the side. So then you can search up models, decals, like if you want a free model. Let's say you wanted a chair, you can search up chair, then it gives you this. But if you want to make your own game and you don't want it to look like something that was just made out of a whole bunch of models, or something that you made, something that like is new, never seen before, then I wouldn't recommend using models. I would recommend trying to build stuff yourself. Context help. This just help you with the context, like your base part, whatever. Tutorials. This helps you with yeah. This is just specific tutorials though. These are specific things that you do, not the basics though. They don't teach, like, they teach basics, but they don't teach like everything. Object browser. This is like, you can play around with this. This is all mostly scripting stuff. Output, this is the console, so whatever script, if there's an error or if there's something you print, it goes in here. Script analysis, so if there's any warnings or errors, then it goes in here. Command bar, if you want to write commands into the console, just write it in here. Same, it uses Roblox Lua. Performance, detects how good your Roblox Studio is running or something. Task scheduler, I've never used this before. You can play around with that. Script performance is how good the scripts are running. Find results. I have no idea how that works. Team create. So if you want to develop with a friend, then you use team create, and then you guys can develop in the same like Roblox Studio server. You can like literally see his like camera and where he is and what he's doing. And script recovery. If you like delete a script or something, then it'll go there. I think anyway. Display axis. You can click that and it'll display all the axes like down here. Full screen. Puts the Roblox Studio in full screen. Screenshot, you can take a screenshot. Video record. Crap. 4 sides, 16 sides. Oh yeah, this is actually I don't even know how this works. Show grid. Shows a grid. Oh, and then this is the size of the grid. Switch windows. And I don't know what that is. And then there's plugins. That's more advanced. You can like download some plugins. Rebuilder is one of the plugins I have, and it comes with all this stuff. Animation editor is also one of the plugins. But if you just got it, then you would just have these two things. You wouldn't have all this. And that's it for like the top menu. I'm gonna make a part 2 is I'm gonna make part 2 of this, is gonna explain the basic scripting and basic yeah, just basic scripting. So that was the basic building and menu, and the next video will be basic scripting. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe, like and subscribe. This was N is for Nate, and thanks for watching.